Hello, my name is Reni and I used to work with the worst factoring company ever, the McDonald's of all the factoring companies, St. John Capital. Today's video is about this piece of shit. So carriers, be careful when you choose your factoring company because there's a lot of bad people out there. St. John Capital will tell you anything you want to hear until you sign up with them, but once you sign up with them, you will realize that it's a huge mistake. And this is not only me, there is a lot of carriers that I know that they're in a similar situation just like me. What happened with me was that I made a negative review about St. John Capital on Google. That's when they started intimidating, harassing me and threatening me with legal action. They didn't release my money for months. They didn't want to give me the release letter until I hired a lawyer. And so much drama, so much headache. I lost 90% of my employees and my contractors, my drivers. I didn't know how to pay them. It was horrible times. I was trying to get a hold of them and talk to them, but nobody wanted to get back to me. Nobody called me. They just wanted to punish me for leaving them because I was their biggest account at that time. So they sued me personally and my company for defaming them. They said that I was ruining their reputation. But St. John Capital has a very bad reputation to begin with. They never had a good reputation. This is such a dishonest company. They make their employees and they hired a marketing company post positive reviews about them, not only on Google, on Yelp and other platforms. And then a couple of carriers contacted me and said that St. John Capital is forcing them to sign this non-disparagement agreement. I mean, in my opinion, they're trying to take your freedom of speech. Like they're basically saying, if you say anything bad about us online or if you leak any information about us to a third party, you're gonna have problem with us. We're gonna sue you. We're not gonna give you the release letter and blah 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 blah. So basically they're threatening you. Is this China or is this America? As far as I know, we still have freedom of speech in the United States of America. We can express our opinions online and whatever we want. This is what they're trying to take away from us. They're advertising themselves as the best factoring company, as #1 factoring company, the best deals and all that crap. But behind closed doors, they're giving you to sign this piece of shit. This is a piece of shit. Okay, so let's jump into it and read it a little bit and see what it says. And I'm curious what you think about it. This agreement is made on 2021 between St. John Capital and the carrier, whereas the client has posted certain untrue statements and disparaging comments about St. John Capital on social media, internet review websites, message board, and a trade website, including without limitation Google, Yelp, Facebook, Yahoo, and other places, whereas St. John Capital desires that such untrue statements and disparaging comments be removed, and further that the client refrain from posting untrue statements or disparaging comments regarding St. John Capital on the internet in the future. So even if you post your honest opinion about St. John Capital, let's say you say St. John Capital service sucks, it's considered disparaging comment. And so you have to remove, quote, untrue, disparaging comments. The client agrees to immediately remove any and all untrue or disparaging comments from the internet regarding St. John Capital prior to St. John Capital executing the buyout agreement. So you will not get your release letter and your money from St. John Capital until you remove your negative comments about St. John Capital on the internet. The client and any of its officers, directors, employees, contractors, or affiliates agree that it shall not disparage St. John Capital or any of its officers, directors, or employees. For the purpose of this section, disparage shall mean any negative statements, whether written or oral, about St. John Capital, any of St. John Capital's shareholders or employees, and any affiliates. So you are not allowed to say anything bad, anything negative about St. John Capital and their employees or whoever is affiliated with them. I'm going to leave this contract here for you so you can read it for yourself, but another BS I want to point out is the confidentiality of this contract. So St. John Capital doesn't want this document to be leaked out. They don't want anybody to know about this information and what they put their carriers through and about their unethical practices. That's why they're making you sign this contract. But too bad for them, this info already leaked out and it's up on YouTube now for everyone to see and decide for themselves. I never heard of any factoring company to force their clients or carriers sign such a BS agreement. Look at this confidentiality point. The client and any of its officers, directors, employees, contractors, or affiliates agree that it shall not disclose to any third party without the prior written permission of St. John Capital any information relating the businesses of St. John Capital. Both the client and St. John Capital expressly agree that both of this agreement and terms of agreement shall remain confidential at all times. So they don't want this document to be leaked out. They don't want anybody to know about it. Why? If you're such an honest company, why would you hide this contract? Let everybody see it. Let everybody see your business practices. Carriers, be aware, this factoring company is the worst.